hello, and welcome to the Customer Perspective for Small Business Owners NBA episode 4, transparency. So that is the theme of this episode is we're going to be talking about transparency. So transparency and honesty kind of go the same. They're kind of just like this. They're kind of just buddies, they're kind of besties. So when we say transparency, it's kind of transparency and honesty, I guess, just like being straightforward with the truth and making sure that it's like very obviously like this is what the deal is. So the best way for me to explain transparency to you is to give you kind of an example. And the example that I'm going to give you is, let's say you are a restaurant, right? And so restaurants have specials. So you have a $5 burger special. So you post and blast on social media and you have this little placard outside of your establishment that says $5 burger special today. And on that thing, there's a little asterisk right next to that $5. And then little tiny font at the bottom, a little asterisk, you have in little tiny text that you cannot read. Nobody can read it because it's so daggone small. You have with purchase of extra large drink and an extra large pub of cheese fries. And so the only thing that people are seeing is $5 burger. And so they're flooding in. They're trying to get this $5 burger. It looks good. They want to try you out. And so they're coming in. They're fully expecting to get a $5 burger. They get the burger. They're having a great time. They're being serviced and everything like that. They get like a thing of water because all they wanted was the burger. So they got that $5 burger. They enjoyed it. They loved it. Had a great time. Here comes the check. And then all of you see this. You see from, yeah, I'm loving this. This is awesome. They get the check. Thank you. And then I'm sorry, ma'am. How the burger is $5, isn't it? And then you have this waitress, a poor hostess, poor server, has to explain to them that yes, it is a $5 burger. But if you would look at the asterisk at the bottom in the super tiny, impossible to read font, it actually says that you have to, in order to get it for $5, you have to also purchase an extra large drink as well as a gigantic tub of fries. A gigantic big old bucket of cheese fries. And it's just like, because you were not fully transparent with your customers, they came in with this one mindset. They came in with, I'm going to go into that establishment, I'm going to get my $5 burger, and I'm going to have a great time, and I'm going to leave. Yay, I love specials. And now they're pissed off at you, because that's exactly what I do when I be getting deceived by them little asterisks at the bottom that they be putting where it's like, you can get this, but also, by the way, you have to do this, you have to do XYZ, you have to do a flip, and you have to do a backflip, and you have to be a dolphin, you have to run through fire. And it's just like, are you kidding me? Why didn't you say that in bigger fonts? Why didn't you say that in your ad? Why don't you have that on your sign? And so that's why transparency and honesty kind of go like this. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like you're not overtly lying, and you're not even like at that point kind of like withholding the truth. It's more so like you're not just being like fully transparent of the whole picture of like, what do I have to do to get this? And so if you're giving your customers, if you're giving your clientele, if you're giving your consumers one perspective, if you're giving them something to believe in when they come to your establishment, they're going to get this. Make sure you deliver exactly what it is that you told them, and make sure that they know of all the conditions they have to meet in order to get the thing that you told them that they would get in the way that you told them that they would get it. And so it's just, it can be very, very frustrating as a consumer. If I see an ad for something, if I see you guys say, and you posted, I can get this for this, and I come in and it turns out I can only get this for this if all this, I'm going to be very frustrated, because then I wasted my time, especially if it comes to like already at the end of the day when I had to pay my check, when I had to pay the bill, and I didn't know that. It wasn't fully transparent with me. So another example would be upcharging. Guys, be transparent. If you are taking somebody's order, I don't know, like I said, I'm not a business. I am a consumer. I am a customer. But one thing that pisses me off, to be perfectly honest, I do get pissed off sometimes, is when there is an unbeknownst to me upcharge for something, when they are asking you questions and they're like, okay, so you want the fries? Do you want cheese with that? Do you want bacon on that? Do you want scallions on that? Do you want gold on that? Do you want truffles on that? Do you want chicken on that? And it's like they're asking you these questions, but it's not, they don't tell you that there will be an upcharge for it, right? This is not just food. Food is just an easy example to use. This can be for products as well, where it's like, you get the base product and then they also ask you, okay, do you want it in purple? And you're like, yeah. And then it turns out there was a purple tax. And so now it costs you twice as much because you asked for the purple, but they didn't disclose to you that it would be an upcharge to get the purple color, to get the purple option. And so that is why transparency is so important, is because fool me once, okay, you will not fool me twice, all right? Because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you're not gonna do it, because I will not say shame on me. And so that's why transparency is very important. Especially something as simple as like an upcharge. It's not difficult to be like, oh, by the way, there's an upcharge for that. Will that be okay for you? And like I said, maybe that's a whole, like, on the business side of things, you've been advised by like courses and seminars and business gurus. Maybe on the business side of things, they advise you, don't you ever tell them that you're charging more for this product. Don't you ever tell them that you charge more for this color or for this add-on, or don't you ever tell them that actually costs money. Maybe that on the business side, you've been advised of that. I'm giving you my customer perspective, and I'm telling you, when you upcharge me, you did not disclose to me that you were going to be upcharging me. I be feeling some type of way, especially when I'm ordering at the kiosk and I can't see the upcharge, right? I just get the final total. I'm like, well, I already paid for it. I'm like, that didn't seem right. That's not the price that I thought. Wow, tax really increased. And then I get that receipt and I'm like, oh, they charged me an extra XYZ, an extra $5 billion because I wanted to have a straw. Interesting. And so that is why transparency and honesty with your customers is very important, because it forms a solid foundation of trust with them. And so they're like, okay, if this company says they're going to do XYZ, they're going to do XYZ exactly the way they said it. And if this person says this is the deal, they're also going to be very obvious that these are the parameters you must meet to get this deal. So just be transparent, be honest with your customers. Remember, you have to get these repeat customers. You got to get people in the door, like, consistently. Obviously, this does not apply to all products and services, but I'm just saying in general, it is a good thing to have repeat customers. It's a good thing for customers to be raving about you. It's a good thing when customers are like, oh, I love my experience over there. They have this awesome special going on over there. As a matter of fact, that is our next and potentially final episode, is talking about specials. That's going to be episode 5, and it's probably going to be the last episode of this little mini series for now. For now, I might add a couple, but yeah, for this episode, I hope you enjoyed. This is all about directing to small business owners in VA and giving you my customer perspective of, like, things that you might be able to improve on in order to get really good customer retention rates, and also get some raving fans, and also get some customers just spreading the news about you and, like, wanting to come back for more each and every single time, and just getting those loyal customers. Super simple things that you have to do. And today's episode was all about transparency. And so that's all I have for you guys today. Episode 5 will be about specials, not events. We'll just do specials for now. Maybe specials and events, we'll see. But that is it for today's episode, for episode number 4 of the Customer Perspective for Small Business Owners in VA. So I will see you guys in episode 5. Goodbye.